join.
For sure.
You sure you're plugged in? You got power?
Someone said hello already. Alright, there we go.
I need that skylight, man. Still, like, it's like no matter how much light.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like weird.
It literally is. It's like, I don't know.
Because it's super well lit up in real life. Like, this is well lit. But it just won't, it doesn't transcribe well. Those Baby Bell cheeses are so good.
Dude, I know, they're
like addicting.
very nice.
And like the act of actually, you know, opening up the wax.
It's kind of satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, guys, I have this probably 60s, maybe late 50s, probably early 60s pink Maytag washer. This one is a, where is the model number on this?
It's on the back.
Is it on the back?
Yeah.
This is a PA700. Serial number is 228107D and Z. And this is definitely a Newton, Iowa Maytag. So this washer I had actually bought from a customer. I've had this for years. And I did a few videos on it long time ago. But now it's time to actually get down to it and make it mint again. This washer was like in working condition, as in it does fill up with water, it washes, and it'll spin. But it does have a myriad of issues. The inlet valves are very stuck, like practically like open, so it will overflow if you leave it to its own devices. And it leaks water everywhere. And it does also have an oil leak too, so there's probably no oil in the transmission at this point. Every time I moved it from one little storage spot to the other, there was always a big splotch of oil on the ground, and so I'd be really surprised if there's any oil left in this transmission, but we'll find out. So the goal is today, and I'm going to try and get this done in about an hour, is to strip this machine down to the component level, get the transmission out, get the tubs out, get it down to like the basic framework, At that point, I'm going to send the porcelain to the porcelain guy, the chrome to the chrome guy, the cabinet to get powder coated, and then I'll start rebuilding the various mechanical components. And then once I get all that stuff back, we'll reassemble it, and this machine will be in new condition. Now, one thing that I haven't quite ruled out yet is I may actually swap in a newer like drive system into this machine. I might put this has the what's it called? It's one of the very first versions of transmissions, and it's not the helical one. It's oh gosh, what was it called?
Maybe someone in the chat will know.
Look on that bottle. What does it say there?
Helical drive, dependable drive.
And what else? Does it have any other names?
Just those two.
Ah.
EJN?
I think that's what this is. This is like the EJN version. And you'll notice this has a different setup. It doesn't have like a damper like the normal Maytags do. It has kind of a different setup. It does have a damper, but it's a different part. And the springs are much closer to the base of the machine versus like straight up and down like the more modern units are. So basically this entire video is going to be me stripping this machine down to nothing, and I'll try and get you guys as close up as possible to see the actual, you know, as far as getting into the nitty gritty of getting this machine apart. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the front cover off, and then I'm going to pop the lid. I'm probably going to remove the entire lid as a whole unit, and we'll do that at a different time, and then we'll strip down the mechanical part. So let's get started. Also, guys, if you haven't already, you can buy a shirt. Support the channel.
We are not going to be doing any testing today, I don't think.
Not on this machine, no. When it's back together, I will. Okay.
Alright,
I just let him down. So the front cover comes off with just 2 Phillips screws. This top should come off with some, maybe 3/8 screws. No, these are flatheads. Okay, this one's old.
Possibly. Could you maybe send some photos or something over to our email? Email would be better.
Alright. Well, I think I should probably remove this bleach.
Email would be better. So it's contact, CONTACT, and then at LorraineFurniture.com. Yep. Yeah, and then just send those over. I'll have Eugene look at them when he's got some time, and we'll get back to you. More than likely, yes.
Oops.
Depends. Is it functional? Yeah, it would probably be workable or something. I usually just leave that to Eugene. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's no worries. Correct. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yep, that's right. Talk good. Bye.
Alright, I'm going to put these... Now, I'll just put these in a little magnet. So this is the bleach dilution cup. So basically when you pour your bleach in through the top, it goes into this canister, and as the machine starts running, it pumps water through the bottom and kind of really dilutes the bleach and sends it into this tube, which circulates it very evenly into the machine. This was actually like completely corroded and like not see-through, and what I did is that I actually I bypassed the hoses and I filled up this canister with CLR for like a day, and it got it almost perfectly see-through again, so saves a little bit of scrubbing. Yeah, like probably with some minimal cleaning, this thing will look like new again. This is part number 2-11740, so probably a hard to come by item because I don't see these on very many machines. That's for sure. Okay, so I need to start making a little pile of parts where I could just kind of start in a corner over here and work my way. You know, it's funny, guys, the phone hasn't rang like all day, and now it's been ringing. It's gonna start ringing off the hook, I'm sure.
Very important. Yeah, which machine are you looking at? Can you say that for me one more time?
Ooh, that's not gonna stay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Check this out. This looks like an LG built one.
let me grab my Corbin pliers.
No, that's okay. I'm just trying to figure out, find the schematic for it.
I guess channel locks will do.
So I can't seem to find the schematic, but yeah, I suppose what's the bearing numbers? Okay, give me 1 second. I will be right back. Yeah, so those look to be the same as like the large style LG tub bearings that we sell. Though I can't say for sure if it's like the same gaskets or anything. I cannot find like any schematic for this. It needs to
There we
be
go.
like a model that they made for like 1 year or something like that. It was an LG built.
So what we
Yeah,
need to
so
do
I mean,
next,
you-
before we can take the
I
whole
can't say
top
for
off,
sure
is
if
to
it'll
get the
work, but
wiring
if I
harness
had to guess,
disconnected.
I would imagine.
So we're gonna have to take the
I
motor
would guess. I would
wiring
say,
out and then the inlet valve stuff.
Hard to say. It's really.
Let me see if I
I
can
mean, if you wanna, have you cracked it? You cracked it.
get you
open,
guys a little bit
right?
better angle here, since we're
Did
getting.
you on like the rear bearing gasket? Was there a part number on there? Or anything?
Okay, maybe that's.
The little seal.
Well, hopefully that'll give you guys enough light.
So yeah, I would imagine you look similar. Yeah, I mean, I can't say for sure because I can't get this pulled up, but I mean, it might be worth a shot. Like, you know, if you bought our kit and, you know, say it did work out, that's awesome. And then if not, you know, if you didn't install anything or anything of that nature, you could, you know, return it if you wanted full credit. So, you know, it might be worth a shot. That's not the part number on that one, no. But I mean,
This has
gotta
two
be.
different screws. One's a Phillips and the other one's a
Well,
5/16. So
right.
get my
I mean,
wrench.
it's the same bearing, so that gasket should technically have to be the same size. Right. But I don't know. It's hard to say since I can't get the schematic. The spider arms we do have. I believe if you look up like LG spider on their website, it should. See, that one might be different since there's more.
Another one? Oh, there's two.
Yeah. Is it like 4434? Start with that. No. I believe the one that we have on the site should work. But again, I cannot seem to. Actually, hold on. Here we go. This is it.
That's good quality right there. So that's the original color it would have been when it was new. Somebody had gone in here and painted at some point, and you know, at least it helped maybe keep the rust from going all the way through, but
Hey, yeah. Get up. No more sweet. Too loud.
too noisy.
Okay. Alright, I'm back.
All right, I feel like I'm Mr. Prepared now.
Right, yeah.
And so before we take this completely apart, what we want to do is we kind of want to just identify where the wires
so
are.
kit is correct.
They're probably marked, and there is a wiring diagram on the back of this machine. But I don't think the wiring diagram is going to survive getting powder coated, so it's probably, if we're able to take it off in one piece and save it, we will. Otherwise, we'll take a photograph of it and print it, and then put it back on the back of the machine, so that way in the future it could be serviced. But for the sake of just disassembly and not having to think too hard about it, we're just going to draw like a quick diagram. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a top view of the top of the motor, and I'm going to mark it motor, and then starting from the top, it looks like it's got a spade here, a spade just below that, and then another spade here,
Yeah, so...
and then directly in the middle, and then a spade terminal here, and then one last one at the bottom. So this top one is brown.
Do the ends of your spider, do they have like are they kind of like squared
This
off?
one is white.
With like two bolts.
This one is yellow.
Yeah.
This one is red. This is white with a black stripe. And this is orange with a black stripe. The motor does have some markings on it, but this motor is going to have to get redone also.
Right, okay,
And so, you know, who knows if the markings will survive. But now we can just unplug everything. Now we know where everything goes.
So it's not the same spider.
And there's that.
So I don't know.
It is kind of marked, but not really. But anyways, I'm glad I wrote it down, that's for sure. Then I'm going to crawl around back and I'm going to unplug the water valve. But before I do that, I'm going to take a marking of it too. So I'm going to draw another picture of the water valve, and I'm going to put my connections here, my connections here,
I would just
and some more connections
a
there.
3400, just something.
And then I'm going to put a little identifying mark so I could put that this is the
turbo wash, I would go for the
outlet.
4000, but I would stick, if you were doing front loader, I would stick with the
And
LG.
it looks like this
Definitely
one
not
is
Samsung. I wouldn't go with electro.
blue, yellow, this one is
Yeah, I mean,
green
definitely
with
like
white,
the sizing and everything would be
and
pretty
then
close,
a white.
and it would be close as you can kind of get.
Yeah, these look white. And then the one in the far is going to be orange with yellow. Oh, those are stuck. Oh, those are stuck too.
So, I think I found the one. Probably could get one in, but I don't believe I have any in stock.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I could get one.
This Maytag has the power cord running at the bottom too, so we'll have to take it out too.
This is why companies shouldn't pay other companies to
comes up.
I'm gonna try and take the whole
So
thing out.
if you got that, and then if you got the large bearing kit, that would be everything there. So, yeah, they will. Yeah. So you want the large kit, and that's spider. Yeah, this LG spider should come up with like a genuine. It is a black spider. Remanufacturing of them. Yeah, good. Okay.
Okay.
I should probably put more part numbers in there. So
There's that. It's a ground screw. Alright, I should be able to lift this top right out now.
Yeah, so you said 6307 was the large one, right? And then 6306 was the, so the large one. Yeah. It's the one that has large and all caps. Yep. Yep.
Let me throw a towel down so I could. Not that it really matters, but I'd rather not chip it any more than I need to.
Do maybe the shocks if you wanted to as well. But I know they don't go bad super often. But I mean, if you had it for quite a while, it might be worthwhile. But yeah, I believe we do have those as well. I'm pretty sure you would just have to. I think there's
Oh, still a little bit more.
Yeah, those are it. Yep.
And these are all genuine parts. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So like the LG 3400, I believe, is around like $850 a piece. Like normal pricing is around $850, and then the step up is around like I think around $1,200 or $1,150. So, and the main difference between the step up is like fast turbo wash and a bunch of different like stabilizers and stuff like that. Nothing super necessary, but
Okay. Let's try it again.
okay, sounds good. I'll
Yeah, absolutely.
I long shot. Yeah, especially if light dryers well maintenance. Yeah. Right. And so yeah, get those ordered up. I'll ship them out. It'll come on Monday. But our mail already got picked up. So yeah, if those go out, you can expect roughly 2 to 3 business days. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, no problem. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Okay. I'm going to take a minute to just bag and label my
Sounds
screws.
Yeah,
And then we'll get down to the guts to it. Marcus, you got a marker? Can you give me a marker and a sandwich bag? Bad throw.
Too much art.
This is the difficult part of these machines. Everything is so like gooey and crusty.
That guy had one of those LG built Kenmores that they made for like a singular year. you can't find the schematics for them. It's impossible.
Was it a washer?
Yeah, front load.
But
But it's like exactly the same, you know?
Yeah.
He got the bearing numbers, and I don't know. I think he might. Do those have like 6307 like on the bearing, even if they're not?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
They
was
don't.
really,
LG doesn't make bearings.
yeah. So it was really easy to like match it up to the
Cool.
large one, and then so on.
Guys, I want to introduce you to our newest team member. This is Chewy. Say hey, Chewy. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? He's in-house security now. Chewy is 7 years old, and I adopted him like about 8 months ago. He his previous owner was I was told that he was older and passed away, and Chewy was kind of in bad shape when I got him. He all of his teeth were rotted out, and he actually had Lyme disease. And so he got all of his shots and got his Lyme disease taken care of, and he got all of his teeth pulled except for 5. He has 5 teeth left, and he is now a happy camper. So he hangs out with us at the shop, and he literally just likes to lay on people all day. And he'll bark at the occasional customer, but that's it. You see how his tongue goes off to the side? It's because when dogs don't have teeth, there's nothing to hold their tongue in, so he's only got a couple of teeth holding that little tongue in, so, right, Chewy? Right, buddy? Anyways, he's a good boy. You might hear him bark occasionally, but he's just protecting the store and otherwise bringing some joy to the mundane work of fixing appliances sometimes. Alright, so I think next I'm going to want to start at the top here, and we're going to take the spin basket out. We're going to take the rest of the inlet assembly, which is like the freshwater in part that's basically just hanging on. And yeah, so once we get the tub out, then we'll go underneath and we'll get the brake package out, and then hopefully we can remove the entire power unit, and then we'll practically be right there. This machine was very well built back in the day. It was very easy to service, and they only made it better as the years went on. Like the orbital transmission version, the later ones from like 1980, I think is 82 or 84, you could actually service every bit of that transmission without having to take it out. So you never had to replace the transmission. If the top shaft went bad, you would tip the machine and take the cover off, and you'd take a clip out, and you could pull the whole agitator shaft out and replace it, and then just put it all back together. And the same thing with the bottom shaft. You could actually take the bottom shaft out through the middle cover, and any gears inside the transmission were totally repairable. And the only reason you would ever need to change the transmission is if it physically broke, like if it cracked or something, which I've never seen one happen before. So, yeah, it's just like a really true testament to like that those old farmers out in Iowa. They wanted to fix everything with minimal parts and minimal tools on hand, and be able to just basically keep it going for an eternity. And they pretty well were successful at it. So. Okay, let me set the camera up here at the top, and we'll get moving along here. Hello.
Hello?
Ugh,
Sir?
a little harder.
I don't. Oh.
Hi.
I'm sorry, any boss?
I can't be with that.
My husband?
Oh, yeah, this is our trap. Yeah. Yeah, if it's
Okay.
fine.
So the only thing holding this on is these two screws, and this, hopefully this comes out without damage. This injection hose is actually really difficult to find now. It went NLA a few years ago, and this one is not in good condition, but I think it's going to be usable. Yeah, we probably could reuse this, so that's good.
I didn't emphasize enough.
What does she want?
Scrap.
Oh, is this your girl?
No, it wasn't my girl.
Oh.
Different.
Do you have the,
My new
can you
girl.
give me the oil? What's that?
This?
The little zoom oil. With the little, it's right over there. Sorry.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, can you give me the, maybe I might need the 3/8 wrench. This is not the correct, this is not correct, but.
You need a smaller wrench?
Nah, this is it. I just gotta loosen it up. Sheesh. Every time you fix one of these older washing machines, it's like you're almost doing like a historical, like forensic analysis on these things. It's always interesting to see like how somebody just did a repair, like a random repair, and they just used whatever they had on hand, or who knows what they were thinking. But I always get a little bit of a kick on it because I always like imagine myself in their position and being like, either I'm too lazy to walk to the van to get the correct part, or I'm just gonna, or maybe they're like out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe this washer lived in a farm or something for a bazillion years, and you know, the nearest hardware store was like a 3-hour drive or something crazy, and they just had to use with whatever they had on hand. Which that would earn them a pass, I guess, because, you know, in the same situation, I would probably do the same, as long as it was a solid repair, which these bolts are certainly. I wouldn't call them a janky repair, that's for sure. Definitely a little bit annoying for the next guy, but.
Someone said if you don't call it a washer, then you can't be trusted.
I don't want to disrespect all you Southern people by butchering the accent, but
Cadence.
we're gonna fix this washer. Guys, we're Northern Ohio, so we're Cleveland, and so we don't have any cool accents here. We sound like the weatherman on TV. Okay, I'm putting these screws back because I'm probably going to end up, well, when I get back to reassembly, I'm probably going to end up replacing most of these hoses as long as I could find them. But I'll replace those screws at that point. So here's this inlet valve. Now this inlet valve is actually rebuildable. I'll try and look for some parts, but this valve was designed so that it was hot, cold, and then this gave you an option for a mix. If you wanted to do like a warm rinse, it would activate this solenoid. I think that's how that worked. But again, we're going to have to take this apart and clean it, and at the very least, we're going to replace the solenoids, and then hopefully we can find a new valve. That would be great. If not, we'll have to make something work. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out.
Someone said that was more Cajun.
Oh.
More of a Cajun accent.
Well.
What movie was it that Adam Sandler was in? And he's like family was Waterboy. Waterboy.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember like his family. They all have like a crazy accent. There's the one dude as well. Yeah, maybe the people in the stream.
I don't remember. I remember the basic premise of Waterboy, but I don't think I remember the movie per se. Okay. The good news is, guys, I already tried to remove this agitator. This agitator doesn't come out without too much struggle. In fact, I'll, there we go. This is the next generation of the power fin, guys. This is like right there. So this is for the automatic washers. You know, this is nice because it has the stainless steel mesh. But this one was made for the automatic washers, and they actually put these in a lot of commercial Maytag washer machines for a long time. Washer machines. Oh, good save, Eugene. Good save. I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to change the agitator or not. I gave it some thought. I'm really not, I don't know. There's like a part of me that wants to keep it all original, but then there's another part of me that says if I make this machine like super reliable with like basically modern parts, that somebody's actually going to put this in their laundry room and enjoy it and not worry about whether it's going to break down or not. So I don't know. I'm going to make that decision soon. Probably once I get all the cabinet pieces back. It really depends on how mint it winds up turning out. And if it's really mint, then I'll probably go for originality, but if it's somewhat imperfect, then maybe I'll just make it a really good looking. Oh my goodness, this band clamp is not moving. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Did your knuckles just crack? Was that sound, or was that the...
That was the nut.
Oh.
Oof, wow. Now that's going to require some heat.
Someone asked if that old agitator would fit on like a new Maytag.
Yes.
Like a new one.
All... And I'm sure there's some exceptions, but basically, like, all Maytag agitators are interchangeable with each other. So, like, do you remember when you listed that one agitator and it was, like, the one part number, but it looked completely different than the one? Yeah. It's like they all ended up subbing out to, like, one basic agitator. So, yes, to answer your question, they all, they basically all fit each other. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Guys, the trick to removing stuck bolts is you actually have to atomize the rust, get it into the air, and inhale it. I'm kidding.
Hey, how's it going?
You want to clean the threads as much as you can, because all that junk in the threads is what causes the binding, so to speak. And after you clean it, you can put some drops of oil and then just work it free until the magic happens. I don't like using like PB blasters and all that stuff because those really stink. And it always seems like if I spray like one drop somewhere, it's like I smell like PB blaster for like 3 days. And so sometimes with these bolts you actually have to go back and forth. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get that oil that you put on the one part to go in and then back it out, and you're trying to get that oil to penetrate into the nut there. And that will, you'll feel it with your screwdriver because it'll get significantly easier to turn. But you just kind of have to stay with it. And I'm probably wasting my time because I'm probably going to end up replacing this hardware because this screw is, wow, it's very stuck. Let me see if I got it. I don't quite have it enough. Oh man, that might be enough, guys. It might be enough. I'm gonna put the other screw here.
Some guy George said he has a valve, new old stock in the bag, that would work for this if we can't find an original.
Oh, that's awesome. Send me an email if you don't mind, because I would be interested.
Now, 46 people in here. Imagine 46 people standing behind me.
Looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Jeez.
Ray, we're glad to hear it. We're gonna try and be a little bit more consistent on Saturdays. You know, it's It's tough. It's tough sometimes to follow a schedule to a T, especially when like we don't really know what exactly we want to like work on. You know, like you brought these Maytags in this week, right? Or was it last week?
I think last week I brought them in.
Yeah, and like we pretty much knew as soon as you got those here, it was like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. But yeah, you know, it's not always that obvious.
And then it's sometimes, guys, we're busy on Saturdays and we get a lot of customers, and you know, we gotta get the money coming through the door too. Okay.
We might be trying to do some Wednesday ones at some point, possibly.
Didn't we talk about doing something like a little bit later in the day, like an evening one?
Whiskey hour.
Whiskey hour at Lorraine Furniture. Yeah. Whew. Man, my forearms are burning. I think I got it. There we go. That's enough. I think I could barely squeeze this guy out. That's gonna have to soak, that's for sure. And you could tell this has definitely been leaking for a while. This seal is surprisingly not hard. Now this lid, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this one actually has a lens for a tub light. The top has a light bulb in it that we're definitely going to be reusing that. All right. Yeah, this tub, we're definitely going to put a new tub. Just because this, the porcelain is very just like flat, like it doesn't have any gloss left to it. And to get the tub recoated, I'm nearly certain I would have to do something about the cement for the balance ring, and I'm just not trying to do all that. I had a really good tub. I think I actually still have it. One of you guys, somebody gave me one years ago. It was like an old similar style washer that had a good tub, and I don't know where the tub is, but I have it, and I just gotta find it. Now we're gonna get the spanner. Battery still full?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got like PTSD over that.
Dude,
now.
I know. It's still, I will say, like the battery isn't like charging, you know, while it's plugged in. It's like just sitting.
Well, yeah, no, it's using quite a bit of energy. Also, Fred, if you're watching, still love the wrench. Use it all the time.
Huge shout out to Fred.
Huge shout out to Fred. Literally, it's got to be like top 5 of like coolest presents that I've ever been sent. Like, you can't buy it, but the fact that like this is like an old one, you know what I mean? Like, how many Maytags has this wrench fixed before I got to it? You know, I don't know. You can call me corny, but I am. I feel like the original tub wrench, which is probably what this is, probably was a lot better built, and you know, somebody loved this wrench. Somebody did a lot of work with it and then kept it for many years, and you know, now I have it and I get to enjoy it. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to take the wrench off because you could really beat on it, and this wrench keeps it in place. So it's really cool. Thanks again, Fred. I appreciate it. All right, let's get this tub out. Ooh, ooh, this one's heavy. Okay.
Dude, it's like rust color.
It is like rust color. It is in not mint condition.
Wow.
This top doesn't look that... I know it looks bad, but it doesn't look that bad. I've seen worse. And we're going to try soaking it with CLR. I think this is like what some of my CLR ended up doing. And so as long as it's not like rusty, I could even send this to the porcelain guy to get redone too. But, you know, again, I'm not really 100% sure of what direction I am going to go. But this is where we need to focus now. We got to get this bad boy out. And that's going to be a Torx bit. Oof. Is it a Torx or is that an Allen? No, that's an Allen. We'll get the Allen wrench. Is it a 5/30? No, it was an 1/8, I think. Oof, that's gonna bend the wrench. I think I need a little bit of heat. Nice. So with like auto mechanics, sometimes you have to get a bolt like glowing cherry hot or whatever, and this is not what I did with in the case with this one. So these screws have typically have a Loctite of some sort, and you want to get it hot enough just to kind of soften up the Loctite, and then that'll kind of get you going. And then once you break it free, you're in good shape. The reason I'm being a little bit careful with this is because I may end up reusing this type of tub seal. This is the old style, and so this bell housing and this inner seal are two separate parts that you can replace. And I guess I was told by all the old timers that this was like the best seal ever, and it lasted like a bazillion years. And then when they switched over to the new style seal, which had everything built into one, that's when they started having tub seal failure in bulk. And so, again, I may or may not. I'm really not 100% sure. My goal today is just to take the machine apart. And kind of do an assessment. Yeah, so this is the other part of the seal. Let's see if we could get all these out without...
Looks nasty, but what? What? Like that same seal that we sell.
It is. I think we still have one or two of these.
I have quite a few of them actually. We got a lot in stock. Like once the back orders came in.
Oh no, not this one.
Not that
this
one?
is in LA.
Oh, I see.
This is actually the gasket that holds the agitator in place.
I see.
Oh gosh, it's so tempting to just break it. Oh. I'll wait till it draws some blood from me before I break it. Another surprisingly useful tools for appliance repair is dental cleaning equipment. That's like a lot of more than just cleaning your teeth, guys. Ouch, it's sharp. Oh, I gave a little blood. Woo. Okay. Oh, look at that.
Some.
Got my knuckle a little bit, but I'm gonna call it a win. Oh, this O-ring is
What brand of stove is it?
definitely dry. This O-ring is definitely gotta get replaced. I'm gonna throw all this in a bag and we'll wait for when we do the big parts order.
And which element is it? The bake element or the foil element?
Okay. I'll be right back.
Right, so that'll be the bake. So I have quite a few different. Yeah, I've got quite a few different elements that would work. Yeah, honestly, I would probably need like the dimensions of yours to possibly match it up. Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're done up here. I'm gonna need a few minutes, guys, to switch it around, and then we're gonna start working on the bottom. I'm gonna see if I could band-aid up my thumb real quick.
Sorry, what was that number again? Oh, I see. I see that like that model number, but I don't see the elements. Is that? Are you saying like that's the stove that you have? Yes. Okay. So I don't have any elements like directly listed for that. But I mean, if you could get the dimensions of your element, I might be able to see if we have one that works, or you know, whatever it might be. But yeah, I would just probably need those dimensions. Actually, let's see yeah. Right. Let me see if I can find the schematic for this. Like too old. Yeah. So I don't have the exact bake element for that one. You know, if I did, I probably would have listed it in the same fashion that these other ones were listed. So really, the only thing I could do is go by dimensions if you can get them for me. Yeah. Right. Like yeah, get like the width and the length. You know. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do this dry pulley. We're gonna start. This is the same as most Maytags. So greasy. Oh gosh, it's so greasy.
Yeah, unfortunately
I don't have any of that size. All the ones I've got are a little bit bigger. Yeah, the smallest one it looks like I got is like a 13 by 15. Yeah, so unfortunately
This bearing's in
won't be a
good
able to
condition.
do too
It was
much in terms of
very well
mounting.
oiled. Alright, let me get... Gosh, this is so greasy.
Yeah, like we get them in, very, very randomly, and that one, if we had it, we probably had it a while ago. I know that stove that I parted out, that one, the model number, the one that you have, I actually parted that out pretty recently, and now I wish I would have kept the big elements, but it is what it is, I suppose.
Alright, and then...
I do not, no. Unfortunately, no. Yeah. There, no problem.
Now
How
this
good
is pretty interesting. This is definitely different than what I was expecting, because normally I would use my brake wrench, but I think there's something holding it in place. I'm gonna have to refer to my book. Marcus, is there another sandwich bag around here?
No.
Where
You need one?
Where did it go? Yes, I do need one. Okay, let me grab my book, guys, because I think that looks like there's a set screw on the inside, but I've actually never worked on one this old, so let's refer to the repair master for Maytags. Timer motors, switches, solenoids, motors, component. Let's see, mixing valves, pump, mechanical AMP models, clutch assembly, brake assembly. I think brake assembly. This might be an AMP. That's got to be what it is. So brake assembly, all models, page 52. The brake assembly, this is not an AMP model. This has got to be the helical then. Old helical. Brake assembly, mechanical helical drive models, clutch and brake helical drive models, page 58. That's got to be it. The clutch and brake assembly has no similarity to the AMP series washer since it depends on a reversing type motor and a helical or spiral shaft and stop lug to properly function. The brake and clutch assembly consists of several components. Each component has its own function but must assist other components if this brake package is to work properly. Clutch brake package can be serviced by laying the washer on its side. Anytime the washer is to be laid on its side, steps should be taken to protect the finish. With the machine on its side, the drive pulley or brake may be removed or adjusted. To remove the pulley, remove the belt and the rubber cap, remove the Phillips screw, which I did. And lift off the stop lug. Turning the drive pulley counterclockwise will remove the pulley. Now remove the front or back panel depending on the model and loosen the Allen screw in the damper assembly figure 101. Aha, I was right. So that's what that's calling for. So remove the Allen screw with a special tool 38315. Remove the brake assembly figure. Ooh, I have that special tool. Brake is removed by turning it counterclockwise and reinstalling clockwise. Caution, do not remove the screws from the brake package without taking the precautionary to release 200-pound spring pressure gradually. So, shows a large bolt and washer used to hold the assembly together while the screws are removed. Oh, I see. That's if you wanted to take the actual... Well, we want to take the whole brake assembly out, so let's live a little dangerously, shall we? Okay, so I need the Allen screw first. And I don't know what size that is, but...
Eugene, 2 brands to avoid when buying appliances. Go. Someone asked. 2 brands.
Samsung and Frigidaire, if you're talking about laundry.
Fair enough.
I mean,
They
Samsung...
just said brands.
So Samsung appliances, like, across the board, like, they're cheap and they look good, and when they're working, they function pretty well, but they're, like, very, very poor quality, like, as you've seen, like, the millions of...
Yeah. Every Samsung we've gotten in.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like... They just don't seem to hold up very well. And then, Frigidaire... And now Frigidaire, it's... Because we don't, like, up... And this is, like, a regional thing, because down south, Frigidaire is, like, the bee's knees. Like,
is it really?
It's really, like... And I didn't realize this until I started talking with, like, other service people, like, in different, like, areas of the United States. But, like, yeah, evidently up north here, we're, like, more predominantly, like, General Electric stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, down south is, like, Frigidaire.
Huh.
And so, like... I'm not... Like, Frigidaire isn't necessarily a bad brand. It's just that, like... For us up here, they're not that common, and I feel like some of their designs are, like... And their electronics are just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that stack unit where we, like, had to replace, like, all the control boards?
And
like,
the fridge that we got.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
I guess it's, like, you know, from a service standpoint, like, we obviously have a bias, and we don't like...
Someone asked about GE top loaders. Honestly, we don't get those in often, really.
I did a review on the GE top loaders, like the GTW 460,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
honestly, it's a great performing machine. It just is such poor quality that, like, I couldn't, like, it almost, it feels like it's tinfoil. And,
Yeah.
like, when it goes into spin, it bangs against
Isn't
the cabinets.
that the one that we could technically get from our distributor and sell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the ones that we...
NPW or whatever?
no,
that's the Amana.
You're thinking of the Crosley one, the YT,
The Y,
the
yeah,
YTW 460.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same GE washer, but
The margin on that thing's crazy. Maybe that's why it's so cheaply made.
all right. I don't know if it says I need to do I need to remove it all the way, that set screw, or just back it out. I don't know. Not really sure what they're...
Well, see, that's the thing, Ray. You got a 30 or 40-year-old Frigidaire. That's yeah,
Big difference.
big difference.
Yeah, yeah. All machines 30 or 40 years ago were good, but, like, some machines have gone... well, have just not gotten better. Okay, I didn't take that all the way out.
What would you guys think? We were debating maybe at some point bringing in one of those GE commercial machines to check it out. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that would be. We can do the ultimate showdown, the ultimate commercial machine showdown. Oh, is that the brake tool?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, let's go.
I got it.
I've never seen you use it yet. Oh wow. I can't imagine what that job would be or what that would be like without that.
It's not bad, but
No.
it just looks so much more professional with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys, I'm officially blocking. What little... Guys, I ordered a skylight. So, like, for those of you who don't know or don't care to know, whatever, we do this these videos in a windowless room, and it's impossible to get good lighting. Like, we have so many of these like big studio bulbs, and they constantly go bad. We actually need it for like light. And oh yeah, look at that. That looks very similar to like the regular brake assembly that we have.
Is it different at all?
I don't know.
Isn't there one right over there?
It was, yeah. Let me compare it to the new one. Or newer. I don't know, it's about the same.
It looks exact.
We might be able to put maybe we'll put a new brake package in this thing too. Gonna go full
For full performance.
full performance. Maybe we'll throw a set of turbos on it. Yeesh.
I was gonna say throw some Brembos on it.
Throw some Brembos. Okay. While I'm down here, I'm gonna disconnect the motor pulley, and probably gonna struggle with these legs, but I'm not gonna take those out just yet. But I'm gonna take the water pump out and just kind of get the rest of the bottom stuff out of the way.
I wish I could pan the camera over and show Chewy.
Where's he at? You could pan
maybe I
it.
can. Hold on.
Where's he? You see him sleeping? Oh, it's very dark. Oh, Chewy. He's just sleeping. He's like, I'm tired of this.
There we go. That's perfect.
Oh, this bearing should have came out. Oh, we also have these bearings in stock, guys. Let's see. What is this old bearing? Made in the USA. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
First.
It's either USA or USSR. I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure. But I would probably... I think it was USA. Let me clean it up a little bit. I doubt back in the 60s we were buying bearings from the USSR.
Right. USS. Especially Maytag of all companies.
Right. Like... Yeah, made in the USA. This is a... XH... I don't even know what this is saying. This is so worn out. It actually does look like it says, it may have said Maytag right here. But then it says AXH KK maybe? I don't know. Nothing on the backside. It's just a steel... I mean, it's still totally serviceable, but it does have a lot of slop in it now, so, like, you know, I'm not going to reuse this bearing because we got some good SKF bearings that we use. This one's really cool looking, though. This is like, I don't know, almost looks like industrial grade, like all like, I don't know. I know it's not stainless, but it kind of looks stainless. Stainless-ish.
Do we have the bearings for those?
Yeah, man. That's the.
Oh, the tub kit.
That's it. I think it's 6306.
Oh, isn't that an LG bearing?
Well, yeah, it's also a Maytag
Oh, right.
bearing, and
Right.
it's also.
I should.
It's also a Maytag bearing, like it's the Neptune.
Mm.
You know.
Oh, right. That is the mid.
It's actually. It also happens to be just like a super common bearing.
Yeah.
Like, anyways. Okay. Lack of light. I see. Ooh, that's a nice motor plate. Okay, so now what do we have left? I have
I'm gonna make a TikTok real quick.
some screws. Yes, I have screws left. Where are you? There you go. Okay, these are going to be 3/8 for sure. Let me clean those threads up real quick. Wow.
Should we stay right there? Let me take top of you. I gotta find a sound.
Alright, motor's out. I put the screws back in so I don't lose them. We're going to put that to the side. I'm definitely going to try and reuse the motor maybe I'll send it out to get rebuilt or something like that. I'll tell you, there's like certain, I feel like older motors, like some have like a very specific and distinct sound. That one not so much. That one didn't really strike me as having anything like particularly unusual. But nonetheless, I thought it was cool. And I'd like to keep it original if possible. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing a Frankenstein job on this machine or what, but we'll find out. There's really gonna depend on like how the actual like cabinet and stuff turns out. All right, I think this is not a 1/2 inch. I need a 7/16. It should be on that magnet. Give me the deep socket one, yeah.
It's 3/8.
That's on a 7/16. Yeah, it is.
3/8.
Oh, it's a 3/8 is the drive. Give me the ratchet though. I do need the ratchet. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. I'm going to go ahead and release these springs too. This one I might have to hold it with a wrench. Now let me clean it up. Give me the oil. Oil.
Here we go.
I need channel locks. Ooh, that's a broken bolt. Wow, I'm actually surprised I got this far. First fatality of the day, and that's this eyelet bolt, which is
We have a lot of those. Don't we?
no big deal because we do have plenty.
That's the one with the hook, right? Like the little circular.
It's like the loop with that
Yeah.
weird, like the double-sided bolt.
Right. Yeah.
The one where, like, the last time I parted them, I was like, "Why are you saving those, man?"
I did say that. I mean, we have like 20 of them almost. Listen, someone's got to ask these questions.
I guess you're right. Marcus's sole purpose here is to prevent me from becoming a hoarder.
Yeah, that could be in the job description for sure. Make sure Eugene doesn't hoard us out.
Yeah, but what happened the last cleanup we did?
What was it that we got rid of?
That wire harness.
Yeah.
I needed that one switch, and I ended up throwing it away because I'm like, oh, why am I saving this?
Yeah.
And then, like, literally 2 days later, I'm like, where's that switch? And it was a couple of things, actually. It was a couple of items that...
Yeah.
So.
But it was, like, we didn't need them for months upon months, like years.
Those wires were there for, like, 2 years. That's how, like, it works in, like, this business. Is like, I don't know.
And then as soon as you get rid of it... Oh, I need to ask Jim about that bezel for that thing out there.
I'll tell you, these are some meaty springs, though. I'll still tell you, these are thick. That's for sure. These were lifetime units. Okay, so I'm basically done with what I need to do over here. I'm gonna stand the machine up. I gotta like wash up real quick, guys, because I'm kind of absorbing all this like 50-year-old grease. And then we'll get the tub out. And then at that point, I'm ready to I should be able to pull the transmission out. And if we still have enough time, I don't know what time it is now, but if we still have enough time, maybe I'll disassemble the transmission. But it looks like, I don't know, what time is it? Probably not, guys. It looks like it's almost 2 o'clock, so I don't know. I'm going to keep going until we can't, and then we do close at 2. I'll see how long, if Marcus is willing to stick around for a little bit or whatever. Oh, that's really interesting. The transmission ended up sliding the rest of the way out. So I'm going to put a towel down so I don't ruin that. You get the pump the rest of the way out. Cool. Well, same basic setup, just a slightly different design. It's got, you know, the base is definitely a little bit different. I am a bit concerned about the level of rust, and so probably what I'm going to end up having is to do a little exploratory sandblasting on this base. And depending on the condition of the base is going to be depending on how I end up restoring this machine. The cabinet looks good, and we'll remove that probably on a later date if I had to take a guess. And then I'll take these parts in to get powder coated, and once I get all the pieces and parts back together, then we're going to be ready to rock and roll and put this bad boy back together. These snubber pads, they definitely look different. I'm going to have to do a little research on these, because I know that the snubber base is bigger, but these are in good shape. I'll have to see if these are replaceable. If not, what we'll end up doing is we'll sandblast, and we'll tape off this area, and then I'll just kind of re-prepare this surface so that way it'll accept some fresh grease, and I could still have this nice clean base, because I don't want it to look yucky like this. This is definitely unacceptable. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get a drink of water, and I'm going to decide whether I'm going to move forward or not with the transmission. Maybe I'll take the transmission out, and that'll be a good stopping point. Oh. Alright, there's still 20 of you guys in here, so I'm going to take the cabinet off, and then I'm going to call it a day. Because, quite frankly, guys, I'm a little tired, honestly. I ended up waking up at like 4:30 this morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was just, like, up. And so, like, I just, like, laid in bed for, like, 45 minutes, and then I just ended up getting up, and I think I got here at, like, 6 o'clock this morning or something. It's really nice because it's very, like, peaceful. It's quiet, and, like, I can get a lot done as far as, like, you know, I have, like, paperwork and, like, you know, internet stuff to do. And then I could just, sometimes I could just kind of, like, keep quiet and, you know, just kind of have some quiet time. So I have 4 kids at home, so it's, you know, peace and quiet is not always in the cards at my house. These screws I'll probably end up getting chrome plated again if I can't find anything like a suitable new one or like a stainless one. Just because I feel like those would look really cool around the perimeter. And these are all matching screws, so I think somebody, well, maybe these are. I think on the other side there's some that are not original. Marcus, I was thinking about just taking this cabinet apart and then calling it a wrap, or do you want to keep going with the transmission, or?
It's up to you, man.
I don't know.
Where are we at? We're at almost 2 hours in.
I know.
Oh.
I'm running out of gas a little bit. Oh, that's gonna need the socket. Oh, that's a 3/8.
Need oil?
No, I don't need oil. I need leverage.
Simpler that they would just like bolt everything in instead of using like weird friction fitting and
yeah. You get one more baggie.
It's all very straightforward.
That's like the cool thing about these older machines is that there is no like, there's no real necessity to be like efficient.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. Down to the base. And what a ratty looking base it is, that's for sure. But it's going to look like new. I'll probably just wash it down in the sink and then kind of just get right to it. And hopefully it's not too rusty and we can get it powder coated and go back to scratch. Yeah. You know what? I do want to. I'm really curious to see how much oil is in that transmission.
Crack it.
You want to just do it?
Yeah.
All right.
The hookah's still lit.
The hookah's still lit.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna need the bucket's right there. Okay.
Oh, those bracket arms seem a little bit longer.
These are. So this transmission is. It's not like any of the other ones. So it is like that Pitman transmission. It's just like it's got a much longer.
Right, and then the damper's smaller and more.
The damper is
Yeah,
different.
I
Yeah.
see.
Let's see if I can raise this up. Let me get the right bag.
Chewy, you having fun yet, buddy?
Okay, this one looks like a 1/2 inch.
Fun yet, buddy?
It's gonna be a bit tricky. So what do I need? A thin can. Let me see if I have something that'll.
Did someone say something in Greek? It was you.
Yeah, that was me. That that is Greek.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you say?
They said you're welcome.
You're welcome, but it's one word.
Barakalo, yeah, that's how you say. Barakalo is please and thank you in Greece.
Is it just like a different pronunciation, or?
No, it's barakalo.
Huh.
Like you can say barakalo, get me a screwdriver.
Uh-huh.
Or you could say like thank you, which is efkaristo, and then I would just say barakalo.
Dude, my girlfriend's been using Duolingo, you know, like try and learn like another language, just
Uh-huh.
like randomly every day. And I told her she should do Greek.
It's a hard language to learn, honestly.
Yeah, she was like, I'm gonna do Spanish. So I'm like, of course you Hopefully the oil people send us that test thing soon.
Yeah. So guys, Whirlpool discontinued the transmission oil for these Maytags. And so I'm on this mission now to find out what oil they actually did use. And so I bought one of the last bottles of transmission oil that I could find, and I sent it out for analysis. And so once I figure it out, I'll be able to, offer it for you guys. And I have like 5 transmissions waiting on rebuilds, and I don't have any oil myself, so.
Your brother's here?
Is it Nick?
I think so.
It is Nick P, isn't it? Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, oh my God, who's doggy? Huh?
It's Chewy, man.
Is that the night your pet? Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Guard dog at night?
Guard dog.
What are you doing to this
Ouch.
thing?
Did you cut yourself?
Oh, metal splinter. Oof. Wow, that went deep. Oof.
He's funny, man.
Huh?
He's funny.
Yeah? Oh, buddy, hey, buddy, hey, buddy.
Leave him alone, man. This is like clearly is not not. Let him down, Nick. He's not fond of you, evidently. He needs a minute to warm up.
The cat.
You have a cat?
Mm-hmm. 2 cats.
2 cats? I have a cat.
Hmm?
They use cats. They use. Like not like a specific
Nuts.
type of. Oh, okay. Just
How old is this guy?
7.
Oh my god, you look so.
Baby.
So what are you trying to do to it?
Fix it.
It looks like the bottom is messed up.
It is messed up.
It's all messed up.
No, it's.
He's gonna restore this one.
How's it hooked up? Oh shit.
I
Oh, is that upside down?
can't swear. I wonder how much this is worth. This is probably worth $1 million.
It might be.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, where's the last time you're gonna get a snubber for a 70-year-old washer?
70-year-old?
Yes, is. Nah, maybe not
I
quite
mean,
70.
You can 3D print one, man. Shit.
I got.
Oh. You can 3D print one.
Okay. Oof, let me set this down. Ugh. And I'll just move this away for now.
Alright, crack it open. Let's see. What are you doing today?
Talking some bathtubs.
Oh, nice. For rental or something?
So, am I allowed to talk now?
You
gonna
can
press
talk as
pause?
much as you want. You can't swear.
Oh.
It's a live stream. There's no pause.
So everybody, all the investors want to put 100 grand into my house, man. And they say it's not worth it.
Well,
Well, if it's not worth it.
to them.
Yeah.
They can't buy it for 100 grand and spend 100 grand and make 200 grand because they're lazy. Is that what it is?
It's probably because there's low hanging fruit out there.
Huh? Low hanging fruit?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's probably better deals out there somewhere, you know?
Not in Ohio City here.
No, I don't know.
I dropped it to 94,000 and he still said no.
No, that's
That's not a good deal, huh?
Which one is it? The one.
The one we screwed in the thing.
Oh, that place is wild.
It's not wild. It's
No, it's just.
in a good neighborhood.
Right. Just yeah. I mean, maybe the guy that was living there.
The guy is wild. Yeah. So should I kick out the guy and then try to sell it? Would that be a better option?
I thought you were gonna do. I thought you were gonna just sell olive wood, man.
I am selling olive
Oh,
wood.
you're gonna just like? What are you just like
But-
selling everything?
No, I didn't sell 50th yet. But I mean, I am selling olive wood. But I mean, I want to get rid of 48 because it's not worth too much. It's not advantageous to keep it. If the taxes are just continue going up. Oh, you want to do partners?
No,
Why not?
I'm.
I can do the work and you just fund it.
No.
And
I'm,
when we sell, you get your money back plus 20%.
I don't. I'm not into rehabbing houses anymore, man. That's not my.
Huh?
It's too much work and.
What do you have a guy, man?
There's not enough reward at the end of it, man. Honestly.
Man, you can make 100 grand
Sure.
on this one, yes. If we make it a single family, we make it 100 grand.
I think that market has passed, Nick. I don't know.
Passed?
I don't think we're in that. I think you're 6 months late to the party.
Alright, I'm a little late. But,
Fashionably late.
Not fashionably, just late.
I mean,
Just late.
late or not, for me, it's still a good deal. Right?
I
The
mean,
deal is always good for me. Late or not. You know, yeah, I could have had potentially more, but it's still a good deal for me.
Right. Oh, you have to pry that?
Yeah, I mean,
old.
Technically you shouldn't really have to, but yeah, this has probably been sealed for a couple bazillion years, so I gotta find a spot where I could,
No, that's the oil you should send in and get it figured out.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
oh, are you talking about the old oil though?
Yeah, get
And
it.
just see what it was all about?
Well, it's probably not bad. Does that transmission work?
Yeah, surprisingly it did. I don't think there's any oil left in this thing.
No.
'Cause this has been leaking for a long time.
Usually oil solidifies after so many years, right? Or grease
Right.
solidifies?
There you go.
Well, it turns into grease maybe? I don't know.
No, it turns into like a paste.
It probably is in there.
Did you send them out? Did you send out the samples?
No, they're sending us the
Tester kit.
kit or whatever.
To test it here?
No,
Outside?
and
No.
then we'll send it in.
Oh, good. All right. What needs to be rebuilt in that, other than the gasket being changed?
So it's just that's essentially it.
Maybe clean it up. Use some kerosene, clean it up.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow. Dude, that's a lot of oil.
Oh, watch it. It's about to pour. It's about to pour.
Oh no! That's crazy. Dude, I thought this was gonna be empty. If you would have saw the oil spills that
well, that's the one you need to send out. Send that one out and see what.
for lab.
Yeah, see how.
So guys, I'm gonna dump this out so we can take a look at the gears.
Ooh, look at that.
And then also to see if there's any. There is a little bit of milkshake in here, but not a whole lot.
That's nice.
That's crazy. I literally thought this was going to be bone dry. I had no idea. Wow, it's thick. Woo! She's thick. It's like there's like a layer of like this oil is thick. Like this is insane. Wow, it's really cool though. So like grab me a towel, will you? Oh, this oily. And move the light. Oof, you almost swished it.
Where?
Yeah, just move the light so it's like on the. That looks better. That looks better. So, what did I do with my big Phillips? Oh, there it is. So basically, the way this transmission would work, so there's one gear that sits right here, that does the agitation part, and so this motor would turn. And that's the way it worked. So this would, whoa, give it a half a turn, and then it would cruise back. Wow, this oil is thick, man. It's like hard to turn. And then it would kind of grease on its way back into the start position. And it's really cool because this says, this probably has every part. So this is Maytag, part number 2-70052. I don't know if, I doubt these parts are available, that's for sure. I know I have some. The gaskets aren't available anymore, unfortunately, so when I put this back together, I'll actually have to put a bead of like
Gasket maker.
something like that, yeah, like valve cover type of gasket stuff. But this is like a really good quality transmission. It feels like substantial, and it actually does have some good weight to it. And I'm sure once I put some fresh oil in this thing, it's going to turn like butter. So, okay. Guys, I think I'm done for the day. I'm going to let this transmission sit upside down overnight so it could get the balance of its oil out. And then I'm going to send some parts out to get the refinished. So it's going to be a minute before we actually start putting this machine back together. If I had to take a guess, it's going to be several weeks. Maybe next week on a live stream we'll rebuild this transmission if I get the oil. Or we'll start working on different other components, rebuilding them as needed. But other than that, we'll just try something completely different for next week. Hopefully, if we could get around to it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, buy a t-shirt. It supports the channel, helps feed my kids. And we'll see you on the next one.